And one guard is 6'2" senior, number 2, Jay Palmer. At the second guard is 6'2" senior, number 5, Eleanor. At the third guard is 6'4" senior, number 43, Mike Cantrell. And one forward, a 6'1" senior, number 21, Nick Gatton. At the second forward, a 6'9" junior, number 42, Logan Bacon. And one guard, a 6'6" senior, number 3, Cameron Brown. At the second guard, a 6'4" senior, number 4, Kyle Rose. At the third guard, a 6'4" senior, number 5, Jameer Butler. And one forward, a 6'3" senior, number 21, Jamal Cochran. And at the second forward, a 6'3" senior, number 25, the assistant coaches for the Raiders, Ryan Ho, Emmanuel Beatty, basketball number 21, Jamal Cochran. Cameron Brown. Brown. Personal foul on number 21, Nick Gatt. That's the end of the first half. With the score, Eleanor Roosevelt 45 and Broadneck 29. Basket by Jamar Young. Personal foul number 21, Jamal Cochran. Kessler. Isaiah Rose. Shot clock. That's into the third quarter with the score, Eleanor Roosevelt 63. By number 25, Isaiah Bruce. Substitution for Eleanor Roosevelt, number 32, Austin Bailey, number 33, Emmanuel Brooks, number 11, Brandon Thomas. For Eleanor Roosevelt, number 20, Jalon Shell. By number 5, Tavar Young. Brendan Kinsey, number 11, Cyrus Jackson, number 22, Roberto Malta. Ladies and gentlemen, please direct Jay Colbert and Jamar Young. The managers, Aaron O'Connor, Cooper Garris, Matt Brown, Jonathan Myers, Kyle Rick, and Bobby Bates. And receiving the team runner-up trophy for Class 4A, Mr. John Williams, the head coach. Congratulations on a fine season at 22-6. next is the women's coach. Emmanuel Beatty, Steve C. Davis, and Leon Seeger. And receiving the 4A team championship with a record of 24 and 4. Congratulations to the record of Eleanor Roosevelt High School. Thank you for your attendance throughout the past 3 days. We ask that you please drive carefully.
Make this picture. Don't let them work. Hey, work. Hey, work. Y'all know the vibe. Hey, y'all ain't do nothing. Y'all know the vibe. Put the 3 sign up, y'all. By me. It was Cam. I'll see. Hey, Johnny!
Roosevelt, they're quite a team. I thought we managed to handle their pressure early on pretty well and make it a ball game. And you know, their pace of play really dictated a lot of things out there tonight. I think that was easy to see early on. You know, when we did manage to handle their pressure, we were able to get some opportunities, but simply put, they dictated the pace of play, and we had some difficulties getting into our offense. Very well coached, extremely athletic, and deep. So, you know, a lot of credit to them, and you know, it's well deserved.
Coach, obviously you were confident going into the game, but what was your team's confidence level like after that first quarter?
Well, what was the score at the end of the first
You
quarter?
guys were up by 3. I think you hit 5 3-pointers, 5 different players at 3-pointers in the quarter.
You know, I think we were confident with how we handled their pressure. It was just whether or not we could sustain it. Unfortunately, they made a couple runs there second quarter, and we sputtered offensively, and that was really the difference in the game. After that, we really had some trouble gaining any sort of traction after that. I think, you know, that pace of play really takes a lot out of you as a player, and you know, I think the physicality, the pace of play that they had was a bit of a problem.
John, can you talk about just the arc of the whole season and the improvement? I mean, I think back to saw you guys against Indian Creek, and then a few weeks later, Severn Park, and they made it a grind-out game. And then the last month, you've just been great.
It's been a fun ride. I've never experienced anything quite like this. And had you told me that we were going to be at the state championship game last year at the end of the season, and these 4 guys were going to lead us, I would have had to pause for a moment. You know, not that I didn't believe in them, but you know, those are really lofty goals, and here we are. The last month of the season has been quite a ride. For me as a coach, it's been the best month of my career, and to just see these guys grow from, you know, 4 years ago as students, people, and players. It's awesome. I mean, it's awesome. We really help to unite a community. You know, the amount of faces I've seen in the past 3 weeks, I've had 150 messages from various people, alumni. This run was as much for the past as it is the present, and we've talked about this to the kids, to the players, that we've created a new generation of Broadneck basketball players. There's little kids running around looking up to Che, looking up to Mike, looking up to Jamar and Nick, and this is a a group that has a lot of perseverance, determination, and I hope they can look at this and use this as a platform into the future and understand that, there are going to be failures, and it's just critical that they bounce back from whatever failure it is. It's a lesson in life.
I guess maybe Jamar, can you talk about these last 2 or 3 days? I mean, the whole experience of coming down here on Thursday, playing in a college gym, getting the win, coming back and facing, arguably the best team, I guess, in the state. Can you just talk about this whole experience the last few days?
It's been a fun experience for me, just experiencing something new, coming out of my habitat, playing in a bigger crowd, bigger gym, bunch of coaches and stuff. It was just something to bring out of me. Just wanted to come out, play my hardest, just try to get a trophy, bring it back to the Broadneck in the city.
Cobra, did it take a toll on you guys with not only their pressure, but they rotated a lot of people in and out? It was constant. It was a constant barrage. Did that kind of wear you guys get down as the game went on?
Sort of, but not really. Like their pressure really messed us up, because we worked on their pressure, but they threw different things at us, so that messed us up a lot.
What specifically did they throw at you that you might not have seen before?
Like throwing double teams out of nowhere, stuff like that.
I'd like to add to that as well. You threw 6'5" guys at us that could move like 5'11" guys, and you try to simulate that type of pressure in practice, but you can't possibly do that.
How did you attempt to simulate it? Did you throw 6, 7 guys on the floor?
Well, it was kind of tough after the amount of effort that we put forth against Richard Montgomery to come back, and it would have been nice to have a couple more days to prep, but that's not the nature of this situation. In preparation for Richard Montgomery, we did have some bigger guys come around and just help us out and play multiple people out there just to simulate that type of pressure, but it was kind of hard to do that after the expended energy from Montgomery.
Coach, your thoughts on Brown, number 3? I guess there's a reason he's going to William & Mary.
I mean, he is, we didn't see any players like that in Eleanor County, for sure. But they had multiple guys out there that were extremely exciting to watch and very difficult to play and defend. We wish him the best. He's going to be going there with, I know a lot of these guys have played against LJ and know him well, and I think they're definitely on the rise, that program.
You guys are all seniors. Can you speak to the same sort of question I just asked your coach? Like, in what ways you're proud of this run, this program, what impact it's had on you?
I couldn't ask for a better season with these guys. It was just everybody just tuned in and everybody just supported each other. I've never had a more supporting group ever. Even coach and all the players let me do my thing out there and always supported me. And to come to Maryland just means the world to me, honestly. And just the season we had, I'll never forget it. It's been the best, honestly. Couldn't say any more about it.
I'm grateful. I'm grateful for standing up here, sitting here with you guys, these 4. Never would I have thought that I would make it to a state championship in basketball. It's very overwhelming. It's surreal, and I wouldn't want to do it with anybody else but these guys. And I thank Coach believing in us, letting these guys do what they do, and ultimately led us to here. So, very good season that we had, and I'm very proud of these guys.
Trophy with our pictures.
guys ready to go for first question? General thoughts?
General thoughts is I'm super excited right now. I'm super proud of these guys. This was, they've been one of the most fun teams to coach all year long. I'm so happy for these seniors because they've been such a big part of what we've been doing for the last 4 years, and they deserve it. They deserve it.
Coach, you spoke about it in the county championship that any of these guys can go off at any minute. When you saw that second quarter and just saw Cameron go off and then Jamar go off, what was your reaction just watching everything in the sidelines?
We've been doing that all year, and we're extremely hard to guard because we just got a lot of skill on offense.
Mr. Brown, walk us through the dunk.
I mean, I saw Jamal got a nice little steal, and I just wanted to run the floor, and he gave me a nice pass, and after that, I just do what I usually do, just go to the rim.
Coach Broadneck catch you by surprise a little bit in that first quarter? I mean, they've been a decent shooting team, but I mean, they kind of catch you off guard a little bit, the fact they came out as hot as they did.
Well, we knew they could shoot it. Obviously, we weren't expecting them to hit every three they take. I think they took us off guard a little bit defensively too. They were trying to take Isaiah out, and then they were really playing off Cam, and I think that disrupted us a little bit early. Yeah.
Isaiah, what was it about your defense that was dominating today? What did you surprise those guys? Was your depth, your aggression? What was it all of the above? What was it that really turned the tide defensively for you?
Well, our motto is defense wins games in the first place. So just me being a defensive player impacts my game. So I noticed that they started to X me on the offensive side. So I wasn't getting that many touches on the offensive end, but you don't get touches on the defensive end. So you just impact the game on the defensive end, and I'm glad that my defensive ability won us this game also.
Cameron, you kind of heard Coach talk about it this whole season. You guys have been rotating when it comes to who's going to have the starting role of the game today. At what point did you realize that this could be your game today?
Really, we all come to the game being aggressive, and they was playing off me at the beginning of the game, and I missed a few shots, and all my teammates and Coach Khan just told me to keep shooting the ball, and a few went in, and I kept getting to the rim, and they told me in transition just to keep tacking the rim, and my teammates just got me the ball basically, so I have to appreciate them today.
Did you expect them to sag like they did at the beginning of the game?
Not really. It was a little bit of surprise to me, but you just got to adjust to what happens in the game.
Kyle, what was it like for you coming in and becoming a part of this?
Well, I've never been to a Maryland State championship, so I was pretty overwhelmed in the beginning. But after the first quarter, everything settled down. Coach just told me to play my game, and we should be fine. So right now, I'm just like out of words.
You mentioned that, after the first quarter, you kind of just started playing like yourself. You had a really good floor game, 10 assists. Your 10 assists, just talk about your role tonight and just being able to play such a good role as a floor general.
So I'm a pass first type of point guard, so I was looking to get each and one of my teammates involved and letting the game come to me. And also, I wanted to play a big part of the defensive end. So other than that, it was good.
Jameer, can you talk about how your role has expanded? Last year you were kind of a role player, kind of middle of the bench type guy, and this year you're, right up there with the top guys in terms of impact, production, team leaning on you for everything.
I think it just all came with confidence. Last year, I didn't have as much confidence, and the coaches helped me out with that. My teammates helped me out with that. They just made sure, every time I was missing, I didn't get down on myself, kept shooting, and was more confident finishing around the rim. So, yeah, that's it.
Coach, you guys went 23-0 versus public school teams, like an average win by 24 points in those games. What's so special, just about these kids, and is this possibly the most dominant team that you've coached?
In terms of margin of victory, this year.
Your 2015 team was good.
This year was. These guys didn't play in a lot of fourth quarters this year. Their stats. They got some pretty good numbers, and they played 3 quarters a game. And all these guys are are unbelievable. Like these two guys though, just like their maturity and experience. I mean, it just feeds down to everything, and you know, they're the reason that we're that good. You know, and everyone's, you know, we just got so much talent, and but their leadership for the last 4 years has been really impressive.
Coach, maybe the question was answered, but the close call against Delaney, did that affect your play tonight? I'm assuming it did, or?
I don't think so. You know, maybe the guys were a little more focused in practice yesterday than they would have been had it been a blowout. Maybe, I don't know, but like, no, these guys are tough. Like, you know, I don't think so. I don't think so.
Coach, Cam, people are going to talk about Cam Stockton for obvious reasons, but he had a pretty well-rounded overall game. I think he had like 14 rebounds, played some stingy defense. Just ask you about his overall game.
Well, I mean, that's like Cam averages probably about 21 and 10, but like I said, he plays 3 quarters a game in most of our games. He is totally unselfish. You know, he'll have 4 or 5 assists a game. Never forces anything. Guards the best player a lot of times. If it's a wing, especially. So, yeah, I can't say enough.
Coach, take us through maybe the intensity level of your practices. And then to piggyback on that, I mean, did the depth help it? I mean, because you got a lot of guys that can go at each other at all times.
For sure. You know, and these guys will tell you that too. We played 9, 10 in the first half of every game, and you know, it definitely helps. Yeah, we have competitive practices for sure.
Coach, how would you sum up just the legacy of these 4 guys right here? I mean, Kyle, he came in this year, but you know, everybody just played such a great role, and helped you guys win so many victories. How do you just sum up, you know, this year?
Yeah, I don't know. Like these guys were asking about, you know, is this the best team we've ever had? And I told them we'd talk about that Monday. I know they're very good, but they're right up there. It's right up there. So I don't know. You got to give me a day or 2 to think about that.
Isaiah, you're over there just feeling really happy, just really good. I mean, how does this feel for you? You know, your last game in a Roosevelt uniform.
Feels great. I mean, came up short last year. We thought we were going to be able to be here last year, but just coming in here and finishing off my year on a high note was really great to me, and can't ask for anything better.
I've heard through the grapevine you guys played a real competitive summer league. Can you talk about that? And does that help you guys, you know, against different teams prepare for games like this?
Yeah, I said that the other day too. Like, I mean, I think our league is the best public school basketball league in the state, and I think, you know, every time we take the floor, we're playing against a competitive team. You know, our non-conference schedule, you know, all of that. Yeah, I mean, it helps to play good competition. We want to play the best, and I think that helps us in situations like this.
How hard is it as a public school to schedule maybe Baltimore teams, other public schools? I know you have a limited number of outside league games that you. How hard is that?
I mean, yeah. I mean, we just, you know, there's a limited amount of games you can play, and we just want to play. We just want to play good teams. So, you know, any chance to play a good team, we'll do it.
Is playing Poly next year maybe a possibility?
I haven't even thought for a second about the schedule.
just the fandom means.
Cam, you had that poster, you had the alley as well. Try to give it off of the backboard to somebody. I mean,
that was it.
I mean, what happened with that play? You know, how can you just make sure you guys connect on that for the next one?
I mean, I would hope that it was going to go down, but at that point in the game, we were just having fun. And just having fun on the court with my brothers, there's nothing we can ask for, man. I mean, if he was either going to, I know he was either going to go in or he was going to go out. His adrenaline was pumping the whole game. Q's he's a junior, so he's going to be there next year. But I'm lost for words. I could barely speak.
These guys really, like, you can could see it, I think, in the second half, just how well they share the ball too. You know,
Yeah.
like they're all year they've been super unselfish and like nobody cares about scoring. I think you saw that tonight.
Another thing I noticed with these guys is how much fun you have. And I know winning that's gonna come with a lot of winning, but can you just talk about just the brotherhood, the unity, I mean, the smiles at the end of the games? I mean, it seems like it's different than a lot of teams, even teams today that won championships.
I don't know, maybe these guys can talk about it too. For me, I just don't have to deal with any nonsense. Like, they're good kids, you know, they're good people, they're good students in school. So, you know, yeah, we get to have fun, coach basketball. Like, basketball should be fun. And so,
Yeah, really, I just really think it's a team of all unselfish people. A lot of us been with each other for a few years now, and we see each other every day in school. You know, nobody dislikes each other, and when we just on the floor, it just feels like a family. And adding Kyle Hughes with me and Isaiah this summer, so we just brought him right into the family. He fit in perfect and helped us tremendously on the floor, and everything just works out great with this unit.
Yeah, also in the workouts, when we push each other and going hard, it just starts to build like some unbreakable bond. And on the court, you wouldn't like want to have any other feeling than winning with your brothers. So it's like everything is just overwhelmed right now. It's a great feeling. I think it's definitely the bond. Most of us, even if we didn't like go to school with each other forever, we grew up around each other. Everybody stayed local and everything. So yeah, I think that helped a lot.
Knowing him all my life, man. We've been playing takeover since the age of 8 together, and then we split, but we still see each other every day. His dad is my godfather, so we see each other on an everyday basis. Playing AAU with them for 2 years, it's just a jail that you can't beat, because once you play on and off the court with each other, it's such a chemistry it's unbreakable.
I mean, they grew up going to school, elementary school and middle school together, and they hang out at the local rec center together. It's just, you know, it's more than 4 years that they've been, you know, bonding.
If you guys could describe just
Last question.
If you guys could describe this season in just one word, I mean, what would you say?
Great. Brotherhood. Joyful.
I don't know. Brilliant.
I like that. I'll go with that.
All right, guys, thank you very much. Can we get a picture of the plaque in the middle? With everything?
6K.
Thank you. Capital Hoops with ER guard Cam Brown. Cam, 4A state champion, kind of in convincing fashion. Talk to me about coming out here and really getting a big win to ice off your high school career.
I mean, really, we was all focused. Everybody was focused going in this game. Shoot around was great. This whole practice yesterday was great. Everybody knew what we had to do. Knew what they was going to do when they came in the game. You know, just execute on the floor. We was just, you know, a little nerves in the first quarter, got them out, but then we came out in the second quarter and played Roosevelt basketball.
It seemed like early in the game they were giving you so much space shooting the ball. You had wide open jumpers in the half court, which is kind of odd. Did you notice that? Were you surprised by that?
Yeah, it did catch me by shot because for a second there I didn't know what to do, tack him off the dribble or just pull up. And but my coach just gave me the confidence to keep shooting, and it ended up working out. I got a few buckets in transition and got myself going.
You had 21 at halftime, 23 at halftime. Where does that stack up in terms of the first halves that you've had this year?
Really, it might be one of the best. You know, I was just my teammates found me everywhere on the floor, got me the ball in transition. I was able to find a few of them back, and just feels good to be able to do this in my last high school game.
And where's that dunk stack up with the Cameron Brown dunks at the yard?
I think that might be one of the best this year. It felt good. I didn't realize what happened until after I dunked the ball, and everybody was just going crazy. And then, yeah.
All right, Cam Brown, congratulations, great career. Way to cap it off. We'll see you soon.
Thank you.
Capital Hoops here. Eleanor, Roosevelt, Isaiah Gross. Isaiah, it wasn't your best game today, but I know that doesn't mean anything to you right now. Talk to me about winning the state championship.
It feels great. You know, I mean, even though I didn't have my best performance tonight, I still look for my hot man Cam, because Cam was feeling it throughout the whole night. So, I mean, they tried to take me out at the beginning of the game. They asked me.
What were they doing?
I guess they were trying to ask me to take me out to make sure I didn't get off. But I mean, we have too many threats on our team. So, and I knew that they saw that, and I knew that our teammates was going to embrace that will on that basically Xing me out.
The other night, you guys had a real scare.
Yeah.
That game humble you, put things in perspective a little bit, that maybe the state championship might not be as easy as everyone thinks it is?
Yeah.
I mean, tell me, you know, if that played a role in, I don't know, waking you guys up a little bit maybe?
Yeah, that played a role in us, but I knew through adversity, our teams, we always believe. We always had that mindset of one stop, and there's always a lot of time on the clock. 10 seconds to us is a minute for real. That's a lot of time on the clock. There's a lot of stuff that can do, and we was down six with 55 seconds left, and that's still a lot of time to get back in the ball game. So we never gave up. We always believed.
First quarter, they were giving you some problems. I mean, they looked like they might be here for the long haul.
Yeah.
What's going through your mind after the first quarter?
Basketball is a game of runs. We gotta respond better and impose our will on opponents, and respond to their runs with our own runs.
What was it like playing here? I know you've never played here before.
Yeah.
What was the experience like coming to College Park and playing on the big court in front of all the fans?
I've been waiting for this experience my whole 4 years of high school. Thought I was going to have the experience last year, but came up short. But I knew I wasn't going to let another year slip away from me, because you can see the feeling. Everybody's adrenaline is still pumping even after the game. It feels great.
Jay Gross, congratulations. Great getting to know you over the last couple of years. Best of luck next year.
Thank you.
We'll be talking to you.
See me at Coppin State.